Look at that. Our quarterback taking off and getting a nice little run. It's a new wrinkle from last year. Difference between being a freshman and a sophomore.
Absolutely.
It's nice to see our guys out there in their right numbers.
Yeah, there's a big, more than 20.
Yeah, well, and, actually wearing their real uniform numbers instead of a quarterback
sure.
wearing 81 or, it's like with all the video you get on teams nowadays, it doesn't make any sense to look at that. Nice pass.
This is the Brian Hicksville scrimmage, by the way. It's our test night.
Test night.
Got all our kids out here testing things out. And
meet the teams
cameras.
night.
Yep, meet the
testing
teams.
Cameras.
Yep. So we will not have any graphics or anything right now. But we're just testing because in a couple weeks, is it 2 weeks from tonight?
2 weeks from tonight we go live.
Yep, we'll be here with Van Wirtz.
And then 4 weeks on the road with our new opponent this year, week 2, as we go to Bowling Green.
Yep. Bears look like they're moving the ball pretty well.
It is. Is that a number change for Carlin? Did he go to his baseball number?
I don't know.
5 instead of 9?
I don't know.
Because he was 9 in football last year. With such a young team last year, folks are going to hear a lot of familiar names this year.
Looks like he just got a hand on it.
A little bit. I'm hoping he comes into his own this year and becomes a weapon with more than just his leg. It's nice to see. It's a couple times they've tried to get him into the offense early, is Jacob Uran. I mean, coming out of that tight end position. And he does give you that tight end that can go out to the slot.
Somebody missed the block.
Didn't pick that blitz up well. I think I know one thing they're going to be looking at on film tomorrow.
Absolutely. One of the things that also happening tonight is we've got this is the first time the kids have ever done football. So if you recall last year, we had the kids start a basketball season.
Yes.
And we did not do a football. And so now we're learning how to film, how to follow. We're going to try to throw some instant replays in this year. So, we're gonna keep it going.
Everybody learning as we go.
Absolutely. We're going to have some state recognition happening. Landon Bassett for tennis is going to be recognized, and Nora Koonsman for swimming. Don't know if there's anybody else.
I think those are the two that I remember.
Yep.
then meet the teams for all the other fall
Yep.
sports. And
That'll be getting underway in about 10 minutes. That was an
that's
interesting.
a new little. Oh, look at that! Oh,
Just overthrew him.
man, that was designed well. Oh, we got a first piece of yellow on the field.
They're talking to the Hicksville, right? Or maybe he's just talking to the other. I don't know if they had ineligible downfield. It's the one you always.
I've seen him stand in and take 2 hits and pull it down and run. That's the evolution that just comes with the game starting to slow down.
Yep.
Things starting to make sense.
That was beautiful right
Nice.
there.
That's nice. And we see our young receivers starting to look for the spot in the zone and sitting down and giving their quarterback a target.
Yep, for sure.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Golden Bears Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to recognize some outstanding Bryan High School athletes who represented the Golden Bears on the biggest stage in Ohio. On the track, Kate Thormeyer and Nicolette Stickney qualified for the OHSAA State Track and Field Championships last spring. Nicolette finished in 15th place as Kate finished in 17th place in Division II, and both were coached by Garrett Gleckler. Ladies and gentlemen, Kate Thormeyer and Nicolette Stickney. Up next on the hard court, Landon Bassett became just the second boys tennis individual to qualify for the OHSAA State Tournament since 1990. Landon also was a sectional champion, the first in school history, and a district runner-up this past spring. Landon was coached by Adam Swisher and Matt Fransdorf. Ladies and gentlemen, Landon Bassett. Up next, from the winter season, we have Nora Koonsman, made her mark in the pool, finishing as a 2-time state runner-up at the OHSAA swim meet this past February. Nora set school records in both of her finals races in the 50-yard and 100-yard freestyle. In each race, she was less than a second off the winning times, and we know she's been working hard to get back to Canton. Nora was coached by Mackenzie Luce. Ladies and gentlemen, Nora Koonsman. Lastly, we'd like to congratulate Coach Maurice Zuver for winning the OHSAA Exemplary Service Award. Coach Zuv has been coaching in the boys basketball program for the last 22 years. He was nominated by other coaches based on the service to others and being a great teacher of the game. Thank you, Coach Zuver, and congratulations. On behalf of the Bryan Athletic Department and Bryan Athletic Boosters, please once again join me in congratulating these incredible student athletes and coaches for their hard work, dedication, and outstanding achievements. Let's hear it again for our Golden Bears.
during the State Awards. Saw a couple of really good things from the football team out there. You had
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen,
pass out into the flat that we
time to
closed
meet your
on,
fall
and there
teams.
a lot of hats to the ball. The things we
We're
weren't
excited
doing
to
last year, we
introduce
seem to
you
be
all
able to
the
do this
teams
year.
that have been working hard all summer long, which should lead to more success to be celebrated by Golden Bear Nation. Get ready to cheer on our amazing athletes as they bring their passion, dedication, and hard work to the field, court, course, and pitch. Their commitment is truly inspiring, and they can't wait to showcase their skills and make us all proud. So let's come together, show our support, and make some noise for our incredible high school teams. And let's make this fall the best season ever. First up, the Bryan Golden Bear football program charges into year 2 under the head coach of Scott Staten with renewed confidence and a full offseason of preparation. Since January, the Bears have been grinding in the weight room, building the strength and toughness needed for a successful program. The roster number are 50 kids going strong, and the team boasts both depth and competition at every position. Bryan will look to set the tone early when they kick off the regular season at home on August 22nd with the aim of always to keep improving. Ladies and gentlemen, your football Golden Bears. Now joining us at the 50-yard line, please welcome the Bryan High School varsity and JV cheerleading squads. Our cheerleading squads are coached by Jennifer Redhead and Tasha Mufeld. Leading our cheerleaders this year is senior captain Miley Andrews and co-captains Elena Heward and Morgan Kilgalgan. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits a dollar. If you're excited about our cheerleaders, stand up and holler. Up next, we have our Bryan Golden Bear volleyball players. From the first day on the court, the 2025 volleyball team has shown that they aren't just here to play, they're here to compete, grow, and to lead. With a roster full of talent and heart, led by the 3 seniors, Ava Newbig, Claire Stever, and Nora Koonsman, this group of athletes brings a high ceiling of potential to every practice, game, and challenge we face. This team understands that success isn't given, it's earned through sweat, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. They show up early, they work hard, and they never take a rep off. They want to invite you to pack the gym on Thursday, August 21st as the Bryan Golden Bears take on the Fairview Apaches. JV kicks off at 5:30 with varsity to follow around 7. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck to our volleyball Golden Bears.
How do you say her last name? Shuhurk? Shurk? We'll just go through it real fast. So, okay. Just roll through it.
Up next, your Golden Bear girls tennis. The 2025 girls tennis team is coming off a 19-3 season last year, which led to over half the starting lineup advancing to districts and 1 player advancing to state competition to finish the season. The 2025 team is led by 6 seniors: Miley Andrews, Aaliyah Davis, Emma Elkins, Sammy Kellogg, Courtney Kendrick, and Abby Shurek. The team has high expectations this year, with the Northwest District coaches recently voting Bryan as the 4th best team in the Toledo, Port Clinton, Lima district. Come on out and see the girls in action as they open up their season at home this Monday against Archbold at 4:30 p.m. at the Golden Bear Tennis Courts. And as always, go Bears. Give it up one more time for your Lady Girls Tennis team. Now joining us at the 50-yard line, the 2025 Bryan Golden Bears girls soccer team. The 2025 varsity girls soccer team is excited for their upcoming season and hungry for a league title. The team is captained by seniors Josie Arnold, Ava Zimmerman, Miley Vollmer, and junior Piper Hanna. Danielle Quillen and Delaney Valderez coach the team. The girls placed first in the D1 bracket in the 795 Genoa tournament over the summer, and the team has been working hard in the offseason to build a strong family culture on and off the field. Come on out and see us in action as we open up our home season on August 19th at 5:30 versus Shawnee. The Golden Bear soccer girls would like to wish all the fall sports good luck this season, and as always, they say, go Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Golden Bear girls soccer team. Now joining us at the middle of the pitch, the Bryan boys soccer team. The Bryan boys soccer team is led by a senior class consisting of Jess Hendricks, Jack Kennedy, Carter Luce, Will McCann, Tucker Goose Miller, and Colin Rachel. Team captains this season are Jack Kennedy, Carter Luce, and Eric Koenig. The Bears are returning 14 varsity letter winners from last year's historic winning season. The boys are coached by BHS alumni Luke Collins and Cole Andres, who look to bring a positive team culture matched with a positive style of attacking play. Ladies and gentlemen, your Golden Bear boys soccer team. Now joining us at the 50-yard line, the ladies hitting the links this year are Golden Bear girls golfers. The Bryan girls golf team is ready to tee off on an exciting season with 8 golfers on their roster, led by seniors Josie Arnold, Anna McCoy Martinez, and Mackenzie Blevins. This experienced trio is set to provide the leadership and competitive spark the Golden Bears need to chase big goals. In his second year leading the program, head coach Chad Henry is bringing energy, confidence, and a winning mindset to the program. With talent, experience, and a drive to succeed, Bryan is poised to make plenty of noise on the course this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your girls golf team. Up next, our Bryan boys golf team. The Bryan boys golf team enters the 2025 season with a strong mix of experience and fresh leadership. The Golden Bears aim to build on last year's impressive runner-up finish in the league with seniors Cooper Beltran, Kai Dauber, John Dalrymple, Nolan Fransdorf, and Tucker Watson. Bryan has finished 9th at the Defiance Invite, 7th at the Panther Invitational, and 6th place finish at Kalida. Kai Dauber won both the Panther Invitational and the Kalida Invitational as an individual. First-year head coach Pete Harold brings a new energy and a focused vision, ready to guide Bryan toward an even stronger finish this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, your Bryan boys golfers. Up next, we have our cross-country teams. The Bryan boys cross-country team returned 6 out of the top 7 from last year's team that won the league for the second year in a row. They are poised to qualify for state for the first time since 2013. There are 13 new boys on this year's cross-country team, and the roster features 26 total boys. Seniors on this year's boys team are Christopher Alspaw and Nye Bradby. And the Bryan girls cross-country team features 5 newcomers on this year's team. They are led by lone senior Nicolette Stickney. Both teams are coached by Garrett Gleckler and Casey Thormeyer. Ladies and gentlemen, your cross-country boys and girls team. On behalf of the Bryan Athletic Department and Bryan Athletic Boosters, once again, we thank you for coming out to the night's scrimmage and also meet the teams. Let's make this fall a great season, and always remember, go Bears!
Yeah, I don't know if they just didn't want to set everything up, like all that up tonight. I'll have to ask Chris.
Did you talk to me? I didn't hear.
All right. Back for a little bit of football. Nice to see the defense look good. Running to the ball, getting lots of hats to the ball. Now got our number 1 offense out for at least one more series. Oh, nice cut. That's making something out of nothing. Nice.
And that dimension there is something that we didn't have with Cade Carlin. It was funny because Cade Carlin would catch the ball and he'd go out of the backfield and make some great runs and stuff. But as quarterback, he kind of hesitated instead of the pocket, where here, you know, you get a chance to have a quarterback that's mobile and not working on his throwing.
Oh, nice little play fake. Ah,
But he had in the right position there.
he did. That play fake, though, where he hit the ball on his hip, that's big boy football.
Yep.
You know, it's different in you've got an opposing defense coming at you. You got their number 1s. Just makes timing that much more critical.
We don't need down markers down there, do we?
No, they're not doing any down and distance. Ah,
That was really slow to develop.
slow developing play, and it's one as a receiver where you want to make every catch, but that's one he should have just batted to the ground and not lost it 3 yards. And one of the things that all the graphics fans can't see underneath the shells, new lids this year.
Yeah.
Getting some nice hard runs between the tackles. That's
Yep.
good to see. Something we didn't have a lot of last year.
Our first broadcast on the Golden Bear Sports Network is going to be soccer on a week from this coming Tuesday.
Oh,
So girls, I think they're playing Shawnee. And we will have that one for you. And we've got 2 soccer alumni doing the game. Don Malanga and Dylan Koenig back for one final thing the day before they both go to school.
get your last hurrah in
Yep.
before the big days start.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Boy, we have not seen that since Jason Sam, have we?
Nope, we have not. That is a beautiful little pop pass there.
That little throwback bubble screen, man. Had to put that away last year, and this year it's back. Oh, and we had a replay.
We did.
Look at that. We're big timing.
And again, we're getting students involved in everything, replays and everything like that. So it's new experience for them because of football. Last year we did not have the students doing it, and so this year all learning. We're rotating students in and out of cameras tonight just to practice for our first game, just like all these other athletes have practiced. The student camera people also have to practice and learn what we're doing.
Getting in the right spot and being able to
Yep.
think that you know what you're seeing,
Yep.
but your producer in your ear.
And there's still sponsorship opportunities available if you're interested. We've got chances for you to be on, and give us a call or email Chris at bryansports.com and we can get you on.
Because I got to be honest, folks, I have no problem doing in-game reads for sponsorships. The more the merrier.
And for those of you that are interested, last year we did 64 total games, 135 hours of live streaming, 39,354 views, and 12,500 hours watched. So there's
Wow.
some big numbers there on the GBSN. A little break for some coaching and some water.
Well, and it's swap over time, too. I think it's 10 plays each way. So I think it's going to be Aces football coming back the other way. So we're going to let the fans know, Chris, that there's another new addition to our broadcast. We may have a little bit of a booth camera this year. So
We might.
I want to know what students are going to be doing our makeup. got to make sure the nose gets powdered. And
We're working on it. Still working the bugs out of that. Look, it's
oh,
spinning
there it
around
is,
looking
spinning
for you
around
right
to
now.
look for me right now. I told my wife as I was leaving today, I said, the way the last 2 weeks have been, it's going to be really nice to get in the booth for an hour or so tonight.
For sure. Beautiful night for football.
Well, beautiful night for a midsummer classic baseball game.
True,
It's a
true.
little toasty out there.
True.
86 degrees.
We do want to thank the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Northwest State Community College, who have all committed to doing the games again this year. Waiting on a couple more to kick in, and we're looking forward to having them go. And again, our replays this year, we've got those available. We're going to have a sponsor for those. We're working on that. Keys to the Game, our officials are already sponsored, so good chance to get involved, and we appreciate those people. What people don't know is this is a student program here at Bryan, and there is no school funds that used to pay these students. So these students do get paid to do the games, but there is no school funds whatsoever that pay the students. So the sponsors really run the program, and the program is completely self-sufficient. So we can do as many games as we can get sponsors, basically. And we did. We promised our sponsors, I think, 50 games last year, and I think we did 64. So we did a lot of sports.
A lot of sports.
And this year we've got 3 boys. For this fall, we got 3 boys soccer, 3 girls soccer, 3 volleyball. We got our 10 football games. We might try a tennis. We might try a tennis. We'll see how that goes. And then we're, of course, in the winter we're going to do we're going to do basketball, wrestling, and swim, and then in the spring baseball and softball, and maybe some boys tennis.
Going to be another busy year for the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Absolutely.
So here's my long reach question.
Okay.
How long is it going to be before we see the padded shells in the regular season? I don't think it's going to be far.
No, I don't think so either. And you already have some NFL players that wear them during games, and they've got the logos on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So
when you look at the numbers of the reduction to concussions, head injuries, it's a big deal, and I'm in favor.
for sure.
That was a decent gain, enough for a first down, but I'm got to say, a scrambling quarterback was deadly to the Golden Bear defense last year. To find one that only give him 8-9 yards instead of 38 or 48,
For sure.
that's a really good,
That's an improvement.
it's an improvement. I don't think anyone expects us to go from 1-9 to 9-1, but we're seeing more compete.
Yep.
And when you look down and 50 kids out when we had, 33 last year?
And that freshman class, as 8th graders had some success. So, they want to keep that success going.
Well, when you think of how many freshmen started last year, we were calling games with 5-6 freshmen starting. You look at this big new this year freshman class with sophomores getting some experience. This may not be the year, but a year or so from now, this team is going to be the real deal. And in 2 years, they're going to be a tough out.
Yep. Van Wert always tough to open the season. You know, I don't know much about BG. Fairview was pretty decent.
Fairview's loaded this
Yep.
year. Because all those kids that, a couple years ago when we went there and beat them in that shootout, and all those kids were sophomores, they're all seniors now. Now, they did lose their entire offensive line, but all those skill guys are back. I've done a little bit of preseason work. BG lost about 2,500 yards of rushing and a bunch of their offensive line. Van Wert, they played us well last year, but it's about the only game they played well.
Yeah.
They didn't make the playoffs last year for the first time in forever. The other thing for fans out there, we talked a lot last year. I mean, up until the last 3 weeks, Bryan was still in the playoff hunt because they took 16 teams.
Yep.
12 this year.
Good.
12 teams this year, not 16. First 4 get a bye. So it'll be 5 versus 12 for the first round. So you're taking 4 teams out of the playoffs. And it was interesting because the OHSAA said we had lunch, and he said, get ready for the one rule that you never see happen, but it's going to blow up this year. So the new rule is if the offense fumbles the ball forward and recovers, it comes back to the place of the fumble.
Okay.
So forward fumbles recovered by the offense go back to where it's fumbled. And I'm like, oh, that's the NFL rule. It makes sense. He goes, but think about this. 4th and 2, you've got a huge pile. The ball squirts out. It rolls forward. The offense recovers. Did it come out before the line to gain or after the line to gain?
True.
And he goes, in the NFL, you've got replay.
Yep.
In college, you've got replay. In high school, you got a bunch of guys 30 yards away making a judgment call.
Sure.
And it's one of those rules that we probably won't see it happen, but when it affects you, it's going to be maddening for folks.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, if the ball pops out, so a quarterback's back to pass, arm's not going forward, gets hit, and the ball goes backwards, that can be advanced forward. That can be scooped and pulled forward. But if it goes forward, it's from the spot of the fumble.
Interesting.
So the bean bags that we always see tossed out, they'll mean something this year.
For sure. Because of the position where the ball came out.
Mm-hmm. Nice flow to the ball, design quarterback power. We didn't get it pulled back in. It was just a nice string out the play, force them to the sideline, let your guys make the tackle. You give up 4 yards instead of 8 or 9. Yep, we can wind it up whenever. it's been good to see some improvement on the Golden Bears, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We had problems scoring last year, but we had a lot of games where we were being forced to throw the ball all over the field because we got behind so early. So it's nice seeing the defense being solid, not giving up the big play, not a lot of missed assignments. Your defensive line's getting off blocks pretty well. The running game has looked good on the offensive side of the ball. And we're seeing both sides of the ball go 13, 14, 15 guys. So my guess is after this series, we'll probably go to the number 2s. More of a JV matchup, but the one difference we do see on defense is the Golden Bears, and for Hicksville, they get a chance to get in the huddle and call a play, so the offense can't be in a hurry. Both of these offenses like to move it a little quicker. That pass last year was just such a problem for the Golden Bears. Seeing it red wrapped up and brought down, that's good defense out there in the corner. First time we've seen the empty backfield from the Aces here tonight. Looking down the middle, incomplete. Good defense. Pass just a little bit high. Well, y'all, everybody's had 2 possessions here in our warm-up night again. Like Chris said, if you wanted to be a sponsor of the Golden Bear Sports Network, you can reach out to Chris at the Golden Bear Sports Network, and he will be glad to get you hooked up. This is a heck of an operation. We're getting more and more kids involved every year, and like you said, it's a truly student organization. The only couple adults that are in the house, we act like we're 12, so that's still good all the way around. But make sure you come out, support your Golden Bears, support the Golden Bear Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be with you for all 10 games of football this year, 11 if we get one, and all sorts of other sports. Like Chris said, 64 games broadcast last year, probably going to be someplace in the same neighborhood this year. So make sure you support your Golden Bears. Get to the stadium, support the kids. If not, catch us on our YouTube channel and on bryansports.com. We're going to wrap it up, let our kids continue to get some work, but we're going to shut down the broadcast here for tonight, and we'll be back with you for the first football game of the season in 2 weeks as the Cougars from Van Wert invade Golden Bear Stadium as the season opens. Again, be on the lookout. We got new helmets, got some new things going on. Team looks good, team looks solid. So y'all, be good. Enjoy your last couple weeks of summer. We'll see you for the first soccer game here in a couple weeks and for the first football game here 2 weeks from tonight on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a great night.